Today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
On Monday, you were going to hunker down and you were against vaccinations.
You're like, no vax for me. No hurricane for me.
I think it shifted after Monday.
No
show.
vac and no evac.
No vax, anti-vax.
Yeah.
Evacuations.
Evacuations, nations.
New Orleans, Louisiana. Incredible hotel rooms. It's amazing when you announce a show in April, it's 6-7 months from now, and you go online and you see people saying they can't make it.
It's funny, we were down at Lauderdale, just up the road, just wandering around, and it looked like there were 3 guys doing a podcast. And, I stopped and cocked my head like a jealous girl, what are they doing?
And that's the first time you'd seen Mark Ronick in how long?
I said, hello, Lowell.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
Hello. Welcome to the Mike O'Mara Show for a Thursday. It's funny, I pause when I say that because even some of the anchors on TV down here have been saying, what day is it? Because it gets kind of all muddled together. But
you don't even know what network you're on.
Well, that's right. And the NBC and ABC are still
ABC
an alliance, right?
And then the CBS affiliate, the place that I talked about the last hurricane, they lost their stream. They were down. I think they had some damage down where they were, so their stream hasn't been on since. And here we are. This is day 3, right? Of me being fortunately evacuated in a hotel on the other side of the state, and it's Hurricane Ian, and we're. This is this is weird. I'm going to just take you through the range of emotions. So when you go through this, the first thing, and you're safe, then the next thing you think about is your property.
Right.
And are you going to have a house that's inhabitable when you come back? And then
do you mind? I'm sorry, Mike, for people that are just joining us.
Sure.
Could you just give like a recap of when you heard about the hurricane, when you decided to move, when the evacuation was given for your area, because it wasn't,
Last week, they were anticipating that this was going to turn into a major hurricane. Last week, they indicated that this hurricane was going to come close to us. And I think towards the end, right around a week ago today, I would have booked a room, I think for Sunday night, in Savannah, Georgia.
Right.
Really happy that these travel services allow you to book and not lock in, that they're all refundable. You can click the box that it's refundable. So that's what began with this Ian. And then we waited. We didn't leave on Sunday. And then more forecasts came in as it got closer. It was still confusing. If my memory is a little hazy, fill in the blanks, I don't remember. But it turned out that on Monday, we determined that it would probably be a good idea based on the trajectory of the storm not to go north but to get out of Dodge and go to the other side of the state.
You mentioned that your memory is hazy. That's not how I recall. Monday, you were going to hunker down and you were against vaccinations. That's what I remember on Monday's show.
Monday, I was going to what?
You were going to hunker down and you were against vaccinations.
You're like, no vax for me. No hurricane for me.
I think it shifted after Monday's
no
show.
vac and no evac.
No vax, anti-vax.
Evacuations.
Evacuations, nations.
Evacuations. What happened was this thing changed, and then it changed, and then it changed again. You know what? I was remembering the show yesterday when I was bitching about forecasting, and once it's all over and the dust settled, the local forecasters and the people, they're doing their jobs. They're doing the best they can. They can't, nobody can predict these things, and you can't tell what's going to happen. So as far as the moods of where we've been, the first, and this is in a way similar, Rob, and I only mentioned it to Rob Oscar because we were there in New York on 9/11. It's the different emotions you go through. The first one being getting on the highway on Tuesday and realizing that traffic was starting to increase, but we were going to be able to get out. And then shooting across Alligator Alley, and then getting over here and, realizing, hey, this is okay. We'll be able to hunker down here. The dogs are fine. My kid's fine. And then, so that's phase one.
Yeah.
Then you're living with a computer streaming a local station to see what's going on. And then, Tuesday now I forgot, did I come here Monday night or did I come here Tuesday night?
I think you arrived Tuesday morning. You left at about 9:30 or 10 o'clock Tuesday morning.
You were on the show live from the hotel.
But you had just gotten there.
On Tuesday.
Yes,
not
Tuesday.
Monday we did a regular
show. Monday
show.
we did a regular
Correct.
show.
So Tuesday,
Monday was Shutter Island Monday.
What's that?
Shutter Island Monday.
Shutter Island Monday.
Yeah, and then Tuesday was Taco Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we had a late start. Remember, we had till 4:30 on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you had settled in by the time
And then
we spoke on Tuesday.
yesterday was Whip 'em Out Wednesday.
Exactly.
That Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you, O&A. And so the next phase of this is to watch and see, and that's the anger phase where I'm just frustrated on Wednesday that, what happened. And then we have a babysitter, a lady by the name of Carmen, who is refers to my son as her second grandchild. They're her other grandchild, and she's been phenomenally generous with checking on our property without being asked, and just so kind to do that. And that's the first example of many of people that just have been kind, and you get that during this. So if I'm emotional, it's because I'm feeling guilty, because part of my history is in this area. And the video that I saw today are places that are memories for me and my family, and to see the first thing this morning, to see the reason I came down here was Sanibel, because that's where my sister lived when she would come down here, and the many trips on a causeway that's gone. That was the first, really, even with checking on my property and losing power. That was the first moment that hit me like a freight train. The most recent one was an hour or so before we came on the air here, which is the aerial shots of Fort Myers Beach, which is the area that we hung out in down there. Remember Mike the pirate? Was it Mike?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. And it's just, you don't know until you experience something like this. And I said to my wife, I said, I just can't come in and bounce around like I did even yesterday, because it's so overwhelmingly emotional for me to do that, because I feel guilty. My house has been checked out. I've got minor damage. It's not flooded. I don't think I've lost, my roof, at least not the whole roof, maybe a few tiles here and there. And then you see the aerial shots. There are my son's classmates. There are people we know. There are the lady that Carla works with. Her house is flooded, and it's just an overwhelming feeling of what I'm going to do when I get back there. Just for an update, I'm my family's going to be okay. We're going to be great. I'm not worried anymore at all. We have a boil water alert, so the water's not potable where we live right now, and they are informing people not to go out yet because of the way the roads are. People are, but they want primarily the emergency service workers and the power restoration people, which it just looks like an amazing effort that's being made. They saw this coming. They knew what they were going to do. The governor, who I make fun of all the time, his first lady has given a website that I will plug here, because those little things about who you want to vote for go completely by the by when it comes to a situation like this. If you want to help the people of Florida, it's floridadisasterfund.org, or you can text disaster to 20222.
This is beyond politics. Yesterday I was able to personally donate, because I received an email from the Lincoln Project that had nothing about raising funds for their PAC. It had everything about support, how you can help and support those that have been affected by the hurricane in Florida.
It's a feeling that, as I said, is similar to the 9/11 feeling, except it wasn't obviously that type of disaster.
Yeah, but you, Mike, I can hear in your voice, and thank you for being, so honest,
open,
and raw about this. Because
I knew it was going to be like this, Oscar, before I was coming in, because I'm sitting here and saying to myself, we had our moment. We had our happy moment, where it was a really happy moment last night, where Carmen, who I mentioned before, goes out after she secures her own property, and did this with Irma when we were up in Virginia. She did the same damn thing. We have she doesn't babysit for us nearly as much as when Michael was little, and but we've become friends, and we went to her daughter's wedding, and it's just, and they're right in a neighborhood right over next to ours, and so she goes out, and then there's this moment of she sent pictures, and of course it's at night, and just this moment of real joy, because oh my God, you're gonna have a home to come back to. That's a big deal. And then the most recent was probably around the midday today, to get another update from her. Givers and takers in this world, and there she goes again, and she gives us this assessment, and she can't get in because there's no power, and the house is all shuttered up, and so that even if you put a code on something, you're not going to be able to get through the garage because it's not working. And she did this generously. I texted her this morning about how grateful we are. It's just the way she rolls, and it was short-lived, because as soon as that's over, then you start feeling this weird empathy that is so overwhelming, even though you don't have people that have lost homes that I know personally. I know that it's just the aerial photographs.
Where you live.
Yeah,
it's where you live.
It's where you live, and it's never going to be the same. And I don't know what I'm going back to, but I wanted to thank people reaching out to me. So many nice people reached out. My old radio partner Geronimo reached out to me. Cameron Gray reached out to me. Jimmy Cerrito. The list goes on and on with people that reached out, and it was just, it means something. It's like going to somebody's wake. You want when my dad died, I wanted people to show up, so it was really, really special.
Well, you talk about feeling guilty, and I don't think what you're feeling, and I'm not here to tell you what you're feeling, but it sounds to me like the guilt is being confused with overwhelming empathy for what's going on.
I don't feel guilty.
I just grief.
I feel grief. That's what it is.
I
feel grief. When you look at, it's a sense of the road you've traveled and where you've been. I remember yesterday, I think I mentioned to you that the local news, they were showing these two guys next to the pier.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Next to the restaurant, in between the restaurant. The pier was right there. And he goes, these guys are crazy. The pier is gone.
Mm-hmm.
The restaurant, and I don't mean like damaged, I mean gone.
Like swept away.
Yeah.
Like concrete and sand where it was. To earlier today when I saw, the first thing I saw when I was up at 5:30 again this morning, as soon as it started to get daylight. No, I went back and tried to sleep. I didn't sleep, but I went back. And when daylight hit, they showed the causeway. And there was this, looked to be about a 20 feet section of causeway. I said, how in the name of God could that happen? I said, but and the road leading up to the causeway on Sanibel Island, which is a barrier island off Fort Myers, was just tossed and turned and
it looked like an earthquake hit it.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm sure, have seen that video.
Yeah, sure.
Of that. And then I said, well, they'll be able to do a quick, and I had no idea. Well, that's one of the areas that was collapsed. There's another one on the far side, and then an entire stretch of it, a mile or so, is gone. It was stunning to me, and then to see Fort Myers Beach and to see the aerial photographs of the entire area of Fort Myers Beach, Sanibel Island, where I think a lot of people are gone. They don't know how they're going to get to them yet. They're going to get to them with boats, I suppose, but that's one way on and off of that island. So as far as auto traffic getting to that island anytime in the next few months, that's not going to happen.
At least it's not easy to build construction like that.
I was watching a live TikTok stream, and let me just tip of the cap to all the streamers. A few, they're wackadoos. Others actually, trying to report what they can report.
Sure.
And I saw this gentleman walk down into his parents' garage. I don't know how old the kid was, in his 20s, and he's like, "Oh, Dad's gonna be pissed," and it's his dad's Rolls Royce. This is out of Naples. And I guess his dad's, what's the supercar? Not the Ferrari, not Lamborghini. No, it starts with an M. McLaren.
That's what Robert would like to
floating.
have. Yeah.
They're floating in the garage. Like off, like if they've been picked up by the cert, they are floating.
Yeah, I'll give you a little background about that part of the world because I hang out down there.
Mm-hmm.
And this is interesting, Oscar, because they're not all rules, but many of the people in that area that play golf inland, the real moneyed folk have a place down at the beach.
Yeah, near the water.
Live.
Yeah.
It's not even describable, the average, zip code. We've got that Naples, there are parts of Naples that were underwater that have that have the most wealthy zip code in the United States.
I believe it.
And then, it's the areas that are inundated with water are not that far away. It's the ability to dodge the direct hit. You still always get a sense in a hurricane when you look at the damage of a swath of, even within that hurricane wind area, there's that really smaller area of destruction. I don't know, in this case, the eye was hundreds of miles across, but still that you can be in hurricane winds. They were tremendously devastating, and it cuts through this one area. And I think
almost like a tornado comes through, right? Like almost something else. I guess what if I may, what you're getting at is even when you think you're in the thick of it, it's still not. It's all gone, or it's all there. It's like bits and pieces of destruction. You're act of God. Your property's saved, and you're okay. Destruction. You're okay. A little flooding. Destruction.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know, and you guys have been down there. We were down on.
Yeah, we spent a full week.
You remember? That there are if you go, all over that area, you're going to see the houses that are, recent constructions that are built up that, have, and then you see the places that are, have been there since the 80s or the 70s.
Yeah.
And And those are gone. I mean, those are, and then, it was tough to discern. There are structures standing.
Yeah.
Everything was damaged. Everything. There's nothing that was unscathed. It's a question of which places are inhabitable. That's where we are with that right now. And,
well, I was even just like infrastructure wise, I was having, Dan O'Brien, our logistics manager. I was like, can we get Mike a Comrex? Because even if you don't have power, you have battery power. You can charge it somewhere else and at least have 3 hours on that thing, right?
Right.
And he's like looking through FedEx, and I'm like, oh yeah. Like, even if we could get it to you, it wouldn't get it to you on time. Like, it just would be like, how are we going to get it to you, right? That's what we're trying to figure out, because FedEx expect major delays in this zip code.
Right on.
Like, all right. Yeah. Like, okay. Thanks.
Well, I don't know. Look, the only thing we're dealing with now is, inconvenience, and it is not inconvenience. We are comfortable. We are well fed. But I'd like to share with you, if I could, maybe, and I'll try not to get emotional again, but I give my wife a lot of crap when I'm talking about this, but we had a moment that I wanted to share because I think it's really important to share it. Because last night, the lady Carmen, as I said before, right before we were going to turn in, we were in bed. We were turning the lights out. She said, "Hold on, Mike, we're not doing that. Carmen's on the way over to our house." I said, "You're kidding." She said, "Yeah, she's going over to our house," and she said she might even send pictures back to us. And when she said, check the exterior of the house, looks good. You might have a lot of trees in the yard are gone, and there's some debris up against your house, but structurally things look okay. And we both breathed a sigh of relief, and then that was over. Then Carla came, we sat next to each other and we hugged each other, and Carla looked at me, and I'll never forget what she said. She looked at me and she said, "Maybe you can stop eating now."
Oh,
wow.
Isn't that sweet? Isn't that
man?
tender?
Wow.
You got a geostorm above you,
and
all you want is just to eat your emotions. It's the one time you should get the free pass.
Maybe you can stop
eating
now.
Well, you know what? She can say that, but wouldn't you have been the hero if you had eaten the hurricane?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
Fort Myers man eats hurricane.
I'm going to save that for the show.
It's so brutal and honest.
Yeah, it is brutal.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can, please, what did you eat yesterday from 11 a.m. till you found out that your house is maybe okay?
Yesterday morning, they have this is one of those motels that provides a free complimentary breakfast.
Continental breakfast, Mike.
Now, and Rob, remember you were mentioning bricks of egg.
Really?
It's classy.
No, this is balls to the wall. This is a hotel on the beach, a motel on the beach they can't do the off of 95 things.
Yeah.
So I think that in season, when this is a big place we're in,
I would go to that place if I had to go to Deerfield. If I had to go to Deerfield, I would go. You're giving a full recommendation.
We got lucky.
Yeah,
we got lucky. But let me tell you, the breakfast is everything.
That's fantastic.
I loaded up.
What did you have?
I loaded up. I had
was it buffet style?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, unless you want to stand in line and get your custom made eggs.
Oh, the omelet bar.
You had an omelet station?
Yeah.
I think so. Carla only got little fried eggs. I got about 9 scoops of scrambled eggs.
Good man.
Protein.
And I had I had a bunch of sausage links.
Yes.
And then I put in one of those little conveyor belt toasters.
Mm-hmm.
I put
I love those.
I put a full size bagel as big as your head.
Yeah.
With creamery butter on it.
This is you gotta load up in case you got to get out there and start hacking wood.
Yeah,
your mentality.
Yeah. What if you had to put up more storm shelters?
2 hours away from my house in case they got to take a tree down. That's what I do.
The palm tree is calling. Thank God I had that bagel. I'll be back in 4 hours.
So that's my plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we sit down with my kid. Well, my kid likes the sweet. And
sure,
so he
kids
has
do.
Pancakes and a homemade Belgian waffle from the waffle station.
Nice.
They did it first class.
Yeah.
And then Carla brings over a cup of black coffee. I'm like, pshaw.
She takes a sip and says, I'm stuffed.
And then Carla took a walk somewhere to go to the ladies' room or something. And Michael wasn't enjoying his waffle. And, I think that this was a advertised waffle as an extra gluten waffle.
Oh, so it was nice and heavy.
It was heavy and dense and chewy and just spectacular.
Did the tines of the fork bend when you cut into it?
It's the Flex Seal of waffles.
It wasn't that bad, but it was. But they have silverware, not plastic.
See, that's great.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. This is classic.
Did they have home fries?
That's the one thing I didn't dive into. The breakfast.
But that was breakfast. What happened at lunch?
Lunch was. It was a late breakfast.
Okay.
Yes.
And then immediately after doing this show, we went down to the pre-happy hour, which they have with our kid. Got him a lemonade and some mac and cheese, and we had a
happy hour staples. Really,
we had a delicious margarita dinner.
Yeah, there you go.
So you had you had limes for dinner.
As I told you, everything's great. Do I want to be here? No, not now.
No, you're lucky.
Especially today, but we're very lucky.
You're
lucky. We're pleased, and it's great. So, yes, eating my emotions. And then, Carla has been back on the stick today because, knowing that our property seems to have survived this, we won't know until we get over there.
Right.
I am choosing to continue to eat my emotions.
Well, you're having a Diet Coke. That's a step in the right direction.
How many fat F's do you know that drink Diet Coke while
all
they're
of
eating?
Them. All of them.
Remember what our glorious ex-president said? I've never seen a skinny person drink a Diet Coke.
It's true. One of the truly true things.
Do you
on that he was elected?
Is Carla's business okay?
She doesn't know yet.
Okay.
Her
location. I know her business is
the person that owns that subleases to her has flooding, so she's dealing with her own home right now, which is really close to where we are. They're very close. My other friends had a window blowout on their lanai. I think it was a window or a screen. We've got a ripped screen as far as that's what we know. That's it. It's nothing compared to.
What about Ozzy?
The snake?
Ozzy? No, I'm sorry.
You mean, Jake?
Jake.
Who's Ozzy?
I don't know who Ozzy the snake is.
Don't really know. Don't know yet. Yeah.
Did Carmen just
live a month without eating?
Okay, I didn't know that.
I think he's the one who ripped the screen.
Yeah, he probably came out there and did that.
Any word from Michael's friends?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, damage at one of the kids' houses and damage at his other best buddy's
What about
house.
the school? Any word in the school?
No, nothing from the school. You're not getting updates because nobody can get out. Everybody's either sheltering somewhere away from where they live, or they're hunkered down in their house and they're not getting back to their places of work. In order to get an update from a school, you'd have to have somebody at the school to give an update. They are closer to the water than we are. I don't know what the situation is with his school. I am going to assume there probably won't be classes for at least another week, but I don't know. And we have to wait on that. The level of destruction is not. I thought that Irma was something to behold. I've never. The feeling I get of the idea of going back to that. They're still not. They obsessed over the causeway because the causeway was destroyed, and who can blame them?
Right.
They had some guys come in that were getting, down to. I think they're probably going to stage near that causeway for ferry boats or boats and stuff. There are only about 100 people, they said, on the island. That's too many. But the level of destruction around the area, there still hasn't been a real clear assessment of that.
I saw one lady she had a inflatable pool in her living room that she was floating in on TikTok because she didn't evacuate, but she realized the water was coming in.
So she got the pool and
inflated it? And was inside the pool.
And normally you put the water in the pool. Yeah. She got it backwards, Mike.
Way to ride it out. It's the wind and water combo. It's that punch of the water, the storm surge combined with that wind. That's what vaporizes a community. That's what happened on Fort Myers Beach. That's what happened to areas of Sanibel as well. Although the aerial shots I saw of Sanibel, which is a very wealthy part of Southwest Florida, I saw a lot of structures still standing. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, you guys remember, because we went down there where that pirate guy was.
Yeah.
Remember those structures? Yeah. Those structures were not.
We stayed in one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we kind of did. That would probably be in rough shape.
That's not a rental.
Not a well-built building.
Yeah, I remember.
But those buildings down there where they have the restaurant, the ice cream place, the bar.
That Hooters is gone.
Those were, no match for it. Yeah. And you wonder about these yahoos that were jumping in the surf before. It's incredible. We were watching that in the middle of the storm. And then what I saw today, it's indescribable. It's indescribable.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying. And Mike, for me, you should know that a lot of people, because we have connections to you, or reaching out to us asking if you're okay. So now they get to hear it now.
Right.
But more importantly, there is a level of, I can't comprehend this, because I don't know what it's going to be like for you when you actually see it firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't. And I think that there are two things that I think about. One is, will this in any way, how is this going to change my kid's life and what's going to go on? The regular activities he has. And, since I've been on the shelf with my activities, and I've learned that I don't care about it. Mm-hmm. I love the game, hitting the ball and stuff like that, but I don't care nearly as much as I do about watching him do stuff. So if golf went away from me tomorrow, I'm 63. It doesn't matter. What am I going to do? Go on tour. So it's like, I don't care about that. And then the second thing is, what's the best way that personally, as an old fart, to outside of the show, what can I do to get people help around the area? Because I don't have to, this isn't like taking a flight to a city. I can, within 13 miles, 13 miles of where we are, people do not have homes and will not have homes for the foreseeable future. It's not really, I don't know what the status is with rescue efforts. As far as Fort Myers Beach, as far as Sanibel, as far as some of the barrier islands or the areas downtown Fort Myers, which was underwater. I don't know what that is, but I know that, there will be a chunk of my week when I'm not doing this fine program that'll be
volunteering,
kind of figuring out how I can do it. Let me give you that.
I was going to say, please. We can all help out.
We'll put a link on this.
They're talking about the fact that it's money. Nobody needs sending canned food or anything. They've got the stuff.
Are you sure you don't even want any?
Shut up. FloridaDisasterFund.org, or text disaster to 2020. I'm sorry. Let me give it to 20222. 20222. You can text disaster to that. This is a private fund. I think this is the best way to get people financial help as soon as they can get it, because a lot of people will be doing the insurance dance down here, which is nightmarish for people. And I just want to thank everybody for showing concern about us, but there are so many people that are hurting right now, and it hasn't even begun. We haven't even begun to figure it out. The only hassle I have in my life right now is, when do I get to go home? And that is nothing compared to what other people are dealing with. I was lucky enough, had the kind of job where I could do it without having to stay behind. I got out. By the way, we got out very quickly. It was not, that's why I'm on this computer, because there was no time for me, to break down a studio and put it there. And as I said, I did think ahead to get my family out of there early. A lot of people did. We've got these friends that are timeshare people, so they're not, he's very pragmatic about it as well, talking about they came from Fort Myers Beach, which many places are gone, and he had friends in buildings there. I can't imagine.
There's
what that's like.
There's a thread on TikTok, and that's, again, I don't know if it's you, Mike. I know that the sun comes up later on the west coast of Florida than it does on our east coast, and that was something that I hadn't thought about for the reports, because it was up super early, just watching the news, worried about my friend, and it's not about me, it's about Mike, and I just wanted to see if he's okay, right? And it took forever to get a picture of Fort Myers. Forever, it felt like.
Yeah,
like into like the 8:30 hour, and I'm like,
it seems forever, especially because you're looking for it.
Does no one have a drone? Do we not have a Wink News drone?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. There's a dude that got out on the causeway that they couldn't connect with this morning, and they did it 3 times, and they couldn't connect with him because the connectivity out there with the
you just don't have the connection.
Right.
This dude had gone all the way out onto the part of the bridge, right up to where it had collapsed, and it was a young reporter who was doing that, did an amazing job. But then, look, we could throw darts at news people.
Well, I was just thinking, I was like,
these people have been up for 48.
Let's get a picture of what's going on here. The other is a thread on TikTok that was, I guess, maybe the humorous side of what was gallows humor.
Yes,
where they were comparing what's terrible about New York to what's terrible about Florida, and because there was an exodus from New York City to Florida.
Right.
And one guy was like, I'll take
I think they're going back.
Yeah, I'll take the effing rats in the city any day. Like,
give me the rats.
He's stomping around.
This is going to change the dynamic of, home values.
Oh, it's
the population.
So much going on.
Yeah.
Who's coming down here? Who's not coming down here? Who's never coming down here again? Who's going to rebuild? Who's not going to rebuild? What's going to happen? This has been a boom town. This has been a boom town down here for many, many years. People have been flocking down here. We've gotten corporations that have come down here. They just recently, Amazon was going to have a headquarters. They pulled out. Good move. And then it was, Hertz has been down here. It's just, you don't know what it's going to be like and how normal it's going to be. Driving around, looking at places we've been, I don't know what I'm going to think about it, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying down here, and we're going to help people that need a hell of a lot more help than we do, because that's what it's all about. And anywhere in this country, I think, that goes through a disaster like this, I think that's the way people very, very early on get that mindset. How do we help people out?
That's the best parts of this country.
I think I think that's where this country is great, and I think that's where people come together. As far as media is concerned, you get TV pictures like that causeway washed away, and they obsess on it, If I saw, once I saw my 50th cutaway to the causeway, I'd had enough, and and you do want to scream at the television and say, "Excuse me." There are hundreds of thousands of other people that might not mind a little drone shot over their neck of the woods, because I don't know. I know that, downtown Fort Myers, we have what's called the River District. That's where it is. Come on over here. You can come over here.
Is that where you park your van, Mike?
That's where I park it, down by the river.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
And here's a guy that is bouncing off the walls, going crazy.
Hey, buddy.
Hello.
I love him very much, and we're hanging in there, aren't we?
Uh-huh.
What did you learn today from your father?
That's a loaded question. I have no idea how to answer. I can't help you. Did you learn anything from me today?
No.
He said no to me.
No. Anything from Mom?
What did you learn? That he'll have a second breakfast if you're not going to have it?
Did you what are you not talking now? Is that you just wanted to come? What? You want to whisper in my ear? What?
He did a little sign language.
You can't do that to me. I can't hear. I can't hear anyway. Oh, chocolate cake in my ear. That makes it. Can I do chocolate cake in your ear? Chocolate cake. Get out of here. Okay, get out of here. I'm working. I'm doing a show. Yeah, we're doing a show. This is how the house you live in was paid for in part by. Please go. Okay, get out of here. Yeah. He's been easy to live
and
with.
Remember, Mike, at least it's a nice small area that you have to share with him, and no waffle will go uneaten. That's nuts. You should teach him the be quiet game.
What's that?
Teach him the be quiet game.
Let's do the quiet game with that. Let's do it. Oh yeah, he's been he was scared, and it manifests itself by him going.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We all had something like that.
How are the dogs out of their element?
The dogs are okay. I love this hotel because this is a dog fest, because all the evacuees that are here, all these different dogs. There are two in particular. There was this dog named Stella. It was this massive, fat English bulldog. Well, they're all fat.
Yeah.
And, this dog was so adorable. Looks like a walking fart. And it's just so cute. And then there was it was Stella. And then what was the other one's name? Oh, my God. Hold on. I remember dogs better than I remember people.
Tucker. Tucker.
Yeah, Tucker.
Oscar had the same problem with dogs yesterday, that he could remember dog names and not people names.
I remember dogs
all day.
I remember dogs all the time, and they're like dueling golden doodles. And then we went down the beach today just to get out of the hotel.
Sure.
We drove down to I guess it's Lauderdale, by the sea or something like that. And there was this beautiful Great Dane. I just, it's so from a dog lover standpoint, it's been paradise. So that's been really, really good. And the people here, and I'll give them a plug. I don't care if people just don't bother me. At the hotel, at the Embassy Suites here, they have been phenomenal, with an amazing attitude, for people. They know people are hurting. They know that there's some people from, all the way from Tampa, through Marco Island, Florida. A lot of people are in this hotel that are, getting away and everybody wants the same thing right now. We all want to go.
I love hearing that, because I really assumed there would be like a weird energy in the hotel because everyone is so out of sorts, but you say it's not so bad.
It's two things. So it's evolved, as I mentioned at the front of the show. It's gone from you're safe, because you survived the storm.
There's different rungs.
Your property, what's the status of that? And then it's just
the grief.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out how I feel about it. It is a exhausting weight that is that just sucks. Just sucks because you're thinking about all the other people.
The adrenaline drop, that's got to be massive. Because you've been just living, like it's just that dump is going to be. The fact that you're even on the show today is shocking. This is crazy.
I think that the idea of because we're not breaking rocks. I'm sleeping 6 hours, 5-6 hours, so I'm getting sleep. It's just this. Carl is napping, but that's not unusual. It's hard to describe.
It's a hurricane nap, Mike.
What it is.
The most valuable of all sleep time is the hurricane nap.
Oh God!
It's just so I don't know. I just wish I could. You're stress napping.
He's got
a
shtick.
Yeah,
stress nap.
Stress napping. But the people that have reached out, and shown real concern and let us know how they're doing. That's been a really wonderful, it's just great when people do that. And when strangers reach out like that, and reach out with more concern than say certain relatives, like a mother-in-law, it's just, it's really special. I'm sorry,
no call, no show, like no show, no call.
We called.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yes, we're okay.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. Cheers. I don't want to say anything more.
Fair. What about your sister?
She's doing well, and she is. She and I have been in contact. My brother-in-law and I have been in regular contact. My cousin Teddy reached out. My family's been great. My daughters have been great. And it's just everybody, I guess you don't know when you're down here in the middle of it, but this is it's a different world when you have access to a computer and Wi-Fi. You get to know what's going on with the world, but this is a national story, and it's just the power of this. And we're never gonna. This is the way they're all gonna be like this. By the way, going forward, I think we're gonna have more and more that are like this. And they always, we had Charlie and Isabel, I think, was one of them. Mm-hmm. They were talking about Charlie a lot, where Charlie hit north of Fort Myers and cut a real narrow swath up through Port Charlotte and that area, Port Charlotte, Florida, north of us. And they were talking about how small it was compared to this. This was a beast.
This is what you saw in like Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you see the satellite picture, you're like, wow.
Almost a science fiction like quality to it because it was surreal.
But for you guys, and our listeners, if I can just say this, should know this, that I've worked and preferred to work collaboratively for my entire career. And the reason is times like this. But the difference between all the other times I've been working and the most recent decade or so that I've been working, and especially most recently with Rob and Oscar, it's just your friendship and your kindness to me and your concern means a lot. And I'm not trying to be flip here. It is a source of, it's not that I reflect on it as much as I know you're there for us and that I don't have to sweat everything, and that is just massive. I don't come on here because I have any sense of obligation to come on. I come on because I want to, because even after this, I don't want to get emotional again. I feel better after this. I feel better after talking to you guys, as I did, especially yesterday with having the fun running around the hotel. And Oscar, you're right. I did just right about an hour ago, sitting there, what am I going to do? But it always, you know how it is. Whatever we're all going through, it always ends up working out on this show. We always get through and do it. And it's funny, we were down at Lauderdale, just up the road, just wandering around, and it looked like there were 3 guys doing a podcast. And I stopped and cocked my head like a jealous girl, like, what are they doing? And
that's the first time you'd seen Mark Ronick in how long?
I said, hello, Lowell. It was,
it was on location.
Yes. Location.
Florida. It was funny. So anyway, thanks to you guys for being there.
And
I hope,
well, thank you.
Look, in a best case scenario, there will be, we'll be up and running on Monday, and we'll be able to get this thing done the right way. And I really look forward to getting that. That's another milestone for me to get back to doing the show the way we do the show. I hope so.
You know what you might need, Mike?
I'm optimistic.
What you might need is not a stress nap, but a stress drink.
Thank you for the suggestion. As soon as I flip open this, close this computer.
How's that?
Happy hour starts at noon.
He's already happy.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But anywho, what else? I think that let me give it one more time for people that want to help our listeners.
Yeah. Also put on the description of the show.
Hey, FloridaDisasterFund.org or text disaster to 22. Why am I having trouble? Because I'm tired. 20222. 20222. Text disaster to 20222. How's it being funny doing that? And that would be wonderful.
That's the read they were looking for, Mike.
Yeah, sure. I'm a natural. Glad you're doing spots this week. That helps. So I'll keep you posted and I'll let you know. And if it's a miracle situation with the power, you might see me. Otherwise, I'll log in when we do the bonus show tomorrow, and we'll do the same thing we did today. But
love it.
I'll be cussing a lot more. There'll be a lot more nasty, horrible. You're not planning on doing it after we tape this?
No. At the bare minimum, the fact that you guys are safe, and we are, our thoughts and prayers are with so many people down there. We have friends, Mike, that that don't have their homes now. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's insane. And for all you people that trolled me yesterday on social medias, on Facebook and all that, lick it good.
Don't you think that people are basically good though?
People are basically good. Some people aren't good. You know who you are.
I think they do.
They know who they are.
Carrie was looking at Facebook last night. And she just said, "Oh, poor Mike." Because it was.
And I saw it. I was like, "This guy."
Just like, come on, can't this
it's
guy
really
catch a
tough
break?
when you're doing a thread about a hurricane that you're living through.
Yeah.
And, and people are saying you're a dick. It's like, it was just the guy that said, "Are you home?" And I just said, "Listen to the show," because I was pissed.
Yeah.
And then I totally apologized to that guy because he was going through, I think, the death of a father or father-in-law or something like that. And I apologized to him. But then the people that really pissed me off were the people defending him. It's just like, Mike, you should really understand. The show is consumed. Oh, I don't know how the show's consumed, you mallet axe.
People are basically good, Mike.
Yeah.
People are basically good. But that one guy, I blocked about 3 people last night. That was fun. That was satisfying.
That's cleansing. It's cleansing, and it's good for your psyche. Yeah,
the most warm and fuzzy one was Don Geronimo was the real talent, Fatso. That's the one that made me really feel all warm.
Can't wait to see Don in New Orleans. Got a lot of that.
That was my dark period. That's when I began to blame people that weren't thinking about us, where I was saying the things to my wife, like, they live 2 doors down. You'd think they could just check.
Yeah.
And that type of thing.
You think they could check on Fatso?
Yeah, they even text us.
No, it's just, you realize there are people that are givers, a la Carmen. I love you, Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. And then there are people who will go nameless that are, not all that giving in life. I'm going to stop. If I keep going,
you're going to lose more friendships.
I know. I can see.
Yeah, I see names coming off rolling off your tongue.
The filter is decaying before our very eyes.
Oh, they're nice people.
Sure, they're basically good.
They're basically good. People are basically good.
Yeah.
On that note, what do you have planned for the rest of the show?
I have a announcement that'll make everyone feel extraordinarily old.
Before I go, I have an announcement. I forgot to tell you that.
Yes.
The date is April 15th, ladies and gentlemen. And if you happen to not have gotten that on Monday or all week, please remember that the Mike O'Mara Show is going to be hitting the road in April. And we are going to be going to the city that care for God and a city that has dealt with hurricanes
rebuilt.
As well.
Yes.
And,
bigger, stronger.
They've gotten it a lot worse than we've gotten it over the years. So please support their economy, because that's a place that is wonderful and special. And TMOS Live is going there again. April 15th, it's a Saturday night, and tickets go on sale November 1st. And we want you to be there for our bonus show subscribers. And that includes people that subscribe right now. If you're a bonus show subscriber, you will get advance opportunities to buy the tickets. Excuse me, I burped. That's this.
Yes.
Diet Coke. Not even a sponsor. TMOS Live in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we will see you there. And Jolene, I don't care how you get there, but you are required to be there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. If I have to pay for an Uber from Las Vegas to New Orleans, Louisiana, I will pay for an Uber for you.
Wow. I thought we were just going to rent a pod and stick all our Vegas listeners in that and then have it transported on a flatbed and then drop them off in front of the theater.
I think maybe we could just set up a laptop and put her face on it.
No. I hope she can make it.
I do too.
Well, she's noisy, so you know where the hell she stands.
She's noisy, but basically good.
You are not making friends.
I'm sorry. I've overstayed my welcome. That's what I
disagree.
Thank you. I appreciate that. God bless you and your families too. Michael O'Mara signing off from somewhere on the east coast of Florida.
We love you,
waiting
Mike.
For the water not to taste like poo-poo. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. All right, stick around. I'm sure Oscar has things to talk about too. Yeah, we were about 40 seconds away from him really dropping some bombs. I'm glad he
friendships apart.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this.
I love the Condo Bob promo.
Amazing.
Got a wife named Kathy and a son named Rob. He's retired now. He doesn't miss that job. Says hey to the ladies that are in the mob. and everyone around knows Condo Bob.
Condo Bob.
He will henceforth be Condo Bob.
Condo Bob.
Condo Bob.
You'll become a legend just like Condo Bob when you subscribe to the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Click the banner and subscribe today.
To Condo Bob!
Condo Bob.
Hey, Oscar.
Yes.
With the housing market facing an especially cold winter, can home buyers gain the upper hand? Can they?
I think it is possible.
Well, according to my good friend Mark Livingstone at Cornerstone First Financial, having the right mortgage lender can give you that advantage. The lender you work with can make the difference between celebrating a new home versus losing your dream home and kicking yourself. Lending has changed a lot. And whether you're a first-time... What was that?
I just threw the back supporter on my chair right off the chair.
I thought the building was falling apart.
Sorry.
And whether you're a first-time buyer or a veteran investor, you need a team that will get to know your specific situation and the absolute best deal and program. Cornerstone First Financial continues to wow their clients with their low rates, ease of underwriting, and speed to the closing table. Why? It's no wonder they continue to be voted one of the best year after year. Even if you're working with another mortgage company, use them as a sounding board to make sure you're getting the best deal. Plus, they are our friends. This is true. So call Cornerstone First Financial today, the #1 mortgage company of TMOS, 202-625-1221. That's 202-625-1221 or cornerstonefirst.com. They handle stuff for all of us.
I should probably tell you that even when and I think this is a given, and they don't need any more press, but
yeah,
I get to talk to my guy's Doug over there, right?
Yeah.
And he'll like break down what the strategy is for if I need a line of credit, if I want to redo the house, what if I did this, what if I did that, and then that's sometimes all you need to know.
Yeah, well, they know. That's
right? Which
what
is
they
great.
do, yeah.
So free plug. Thank you.
So real quick, Mike went a little lengthy, and we have Nikki to get on today, so we'll do a short break here and try to get caught up. I was really struck by the passing of Coolio.
Oh man, I saw that break. What, 8:59?
It was
yesterday.
Yeah,
right?
and I came in today and I mentioned it, and Pony said, "What's up with Coolio?" He had not heard.
Yeah, it gets buried. The headline gets buried
with the hurricane.
With the hurricane, and I'm catching up on the Bling Ring on Netflix, and that comes over the wire, and I sit there, and the first thing I think of is Michelle Pfeiffer in Dangerous Minds.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't make me feel old because Coolio died young.
Yeah, this is not what I had to make you feel old. Yeah. This is just something sad. I wanted to mention.
But it wasn't. You forget the. I guess at least for me, is 44.
Yeah.
That the music that they transport, just like your Beatles stuff.
Oh yeah.
But this is like, I remember hearing this on the radio.
Well, I
driving around in my mom's '86 Celica hand-me-down, which I was lucky to have.
It made me think of you because the song, and I like Coolio's music. I had quite a bit. I was surprised. But it transported me to the fact that his song is actually a key plot point in Clueless.
Yeah, Rolling with the Homies.
Exactly. And I said,
Rolling with the Homies. This is when the rogue boot or heel hits one of the main characters.
Yes, exactly.
Right? And then she gets picked up she has that meet cute with her crush.
Exactly.
How do I know this? Because I've watched Clueless a zillion times.
A billion times. But we're looking at so many great songs. My particular favorite, Something New.
Turn it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Terrible capture.
No, it's the way it sounds.
Oh. What is that track? Oh, this is what I know, yeah. Radio edit. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Catchy.
I feel like he has more hits than we know.
He does.
Or, he did. Also, reality star. Coolio.
Yes. And he also made a mint when he licensed Gangsta's Paradise and let Weird Al take a stab at it as Amish Paradise.
Oh, don't bring Weird Al into this.
But
you're going to mess it up.
No, I do that for a reason because I will always respect Coolio for sampling this, which is Stevie Wonder's Pastime Paradise. This is off Songs in the Key of Life that he turned into Gangsta's Paradise. And I always love it.
I never knew that.
Seriously?
Huh? This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Listen, this is a Stevie song, Stevie Wonder, and I love when they recognize artists that precede them.
Yeah. So this is a sample.
Yeah, exactly.
I never knew it was a sample. I should have known, but I didn't know. blowing my mind.
See? You got to keep track of this stuff.
Jesus.
You've never listened, probably.
Stevie Wonder. I thought this was just an original song by Coolio.
No, this is from Stevie. My favorite Stevie album was a 2-album set that actually came with an additional 45 called Songs in the Key of Life. And twice I saw Stevie when he was touring just playing the album. He played the entire album in sequence. And this would bring chills. I mean, there's so many great moments. But
I thought he was covering Coolio.
No.
Jeez. This blew my mind.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Music
and then
education.
One more while we're talking Coolio.
Please.
Gotta love this one, which is The Fantastic Voyage.
Yeah.
Such a great bass line on this one. And you're right, it does transport you.
Yeah, I remember, like this point, the Celica was gone. My dad had the 81 Buick, and it was like spring break, Ocean City vibes.
Yes, it's a great summertime record.
I didn't know what a smoking pot was because I was a square, and my friends were smoking pot, and I didn't want to get in trouble. It was just
you're a square.
We had a 12-pack of Red Dog beers.
Oh, Red Dog was horrible.
And a bunch of Zimas.
I flew in the Red Dog blimp.
Yeah, and I never got anywhere with anybody. I was in the middle of a fight with my high school girlfriend at the time, and she drove down. Oh, wild.
Well, that was a good story.
Yeah. No, I mean, we found my black lab, Biscayne. He was named. We found him at the beach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was wild.
All right. I'm going to put a pin in the story that'll make us feel old because it requires a little more time that we have. But we are going to take a quick break here and come back in a second. And there's much to discuss. And Nicky Diamond is coming up. So get your money in your hand. He's going to make you very rich this weekend.
Can't wait.
And we'll be back after this. This is the Mike O'Mara Show.
We're back. Yes, we're back.
Oh my God, we're back again. Guess who's back?
So excited you guys are back.
Did you miss me?
I missed you.
I missed you. Gee, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, my boy. But now, I'm thinking I'm back.
You came back. Some of them said you might not want to. I knew you'd come. You would not come. You could not come.
We just wanted to see you. We miss you.
Hi, y'all are. I'm glad for you to see me. I guarantee.
Ooh, Cher, the Mike O'Mara live show returns to the House of Blues down in New Orleans. That's April 15th, 2023 at 8 p.m. Tickets go on sale on November 1st, and bonus show subscribers watch your email for some pre-sale ticket advantages. Ooh, Lord. The Mike O'Mara Show live on stage. You gonna love it.
Ain't it bitchin'?
Always right with the world.
I want you to imagine a world where you are never more than 3 minutes away from a gourmet meal.
Ooh.
Sounds like fantasy, doesn't it?
Oh, man.
But it's true.
It's true.
Thanks to Freshly.
Yes.
Getting back into your normal routine feels great, but managing meal prep on top of all the chores that cool weather brings, not so much. Skip all that mealtime stress with Freshly. Freshly's got lunch and dinner covered with fresh-made meals delivered right to your door. And now, for a limited time, you can unlock exclusive end-of-summer savings and get $125 off your first 5 orders. They're designed by nutritionists, prepared by chefs, and they fit in your lifestyle with plans tailored to every dietary preference. I love that they're delivered fresh, not frozen, and always taste dynamite in 3 minutes flat, as I said. Oscar loves Freshly, too. He is loving the creamy chicken fettuccine Alfredo. Yum. And keep in mind,
if you hate cooking,
yes, but
this
like
is for
food,
you.
But like
if
food.
you like food, if you don't have a kitchen and have a microwave, this is for you. If you don't want to deal with the hassle of like, what am I going to make tonight? This is for you. If you want to take a break from cooking on the weekends and you have meal prepped, just ready to go, this is for you.
And remember what I always say, Freshly, it's our only client that's name is an adverb.
I didn't know you always said that.
I always do. Having one less thing on your plate never tasted so good. Take advantage of it so your mind isn't blown anymore.
No, that's...
No, it brought him right back to earth. Take advantage of Freshly's end of summer sale and score a special deal. $125 off your first 5 orders at freshly.com/TMOS when you order today. That's freshly.com/TMOS. Freshly.com/TMOS for 125 bones off your first 5 orders. So do it. All right. We got one more before Nikki. I want to ask you, I almost never see you carry cash.
I remember when I stopped carrying cash prior to the pandemic.
Uh-huh.
And I was paying with my phone.
Yes.
And
Apple Pay.
Yeah, and Mike, you could pay with PayPal prior to Apple Pay.
Yes.
Like there are different methods of paying.
But only Apple Pay sounds like it's in Pig Latin.
Yes. But that, like it just, I remember it, like Mike was upset that I wouldn't carry any cash.
Right.
And I said, cash is this,
dirty.
This is dirty. And it's like, I feels like why would you ever need cash unless you're going to, to an exchange to get the only way I even look at cash is like if I'm traveling overseas.
Yeah.
And I need an exchange rate.
I always used to carry $20 in case there was a typo. So I could give 10 to Pony and 10 to Maddie. But then I got the Venmo and I don't even need that anymore.
Yeah.
And I wonder if the fact that people are paying with so much stuff virtually, that money almost doesn't have a value to them anymore because you don't see it.
No, that's because you're a dummy. There's a central bank and money does have value.
No, I understand that there is a central bank, but don't you think it carries a little more weight if you hand someone a $20 bill than if you Venmo them $20?
No, the psychological impact of spending. Virtually, that friction point hurts less. But I remember I used to, when we were in Phoenix, Arizona doing Big O and Dukes, I remember Chad, one of his greatest rants, was when I was we're going back and forth on our nightly show that started at 8 p.m. at that point. I was trying to explain direct deposit to him and how he didn't trust that it was going to go through like the ether and the cloud
right to the bank,
and he liked taking his paycheck to the teller.
Yeah,
and he just didn't conceptualize, and there wasn't a bit. He's like, I don't trust them to get the money into the bank. I like taking the check there.
You see, and that's the weird thing because I am as anti-technology as anyone in your circle of friends, I would say. But I loved that from the word go. I hate going to the bank.
Yeah.
So,
which is funny because you have to go to the bank on a regular basis for us.
Yes, I do.
Yes, and you hate it.
I do.
Good to know. I do, speaking of, I have
lollipops.
I have a deposit for you. There is for me a level of, and I know we're waiting for Nikki to come on the show.
No, we're fine. We got another segment before him. We got to finish up here.
Where you are right is that you can spend like a credit card.
Yeah.
So the swipe is the friction of actually taking your card out and giving it to somebody and then them swiping. Yeah. That 2 to 3 minute interaction psychologically says I'm spending money.
Yes.
The giving cash to somebody means that has left me physically and gone to somebody else. The boop boop of
boop 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 boop.
Yeah, of a Venmo,
yes,
Apple Pay, NFC charge. That is where I think as a younger man, who went into credit card debt and had to grind his way out of that.
We all did,
and is happy and proud of his 800 plus credit score. Thank you.
Pony, you could clap too.
I just did.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't work if you don't put your mic on.
At one point, I was in credit counselors in my 30s, my early 30s, where I had to revamp my life.
Yeah.
That's what's scary for the education of anybody. If I had a kid,
right,
to say, hey, every one of these bumps, is money.
Well, Robert and Julia, they don't need to worry about that because I'm their credit card.
Well, that's the same conversation, right?
It is,
where you're like, hey, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but this transaction is adding up.
I hold in my hand, and the thing that I thought about is that tomorrow I get to go in and have my estimate done on the car. Remember the car that I toasted?
You ran into a pillar.
Ran into a pillar.
Sober.
Yeah. And, I know what my deductible is. It's $500.
Yeah.
Ouch. And I would so much rather hand them a credit card than actually count out $500. It feels more painful that way to me. Anyway, that said, the top things we still use cash for, I want to know if you're guilty of any of these. Small purchases like gum and candy.
No, I'm not 80 years old and buying gum and candy.
45% of us, you should know, have used cash in the past week. I have not. Have you?
No.
The average person still carries it, has about $70 in their wallet right now.
No.
I have. You know what? I think I might have exactly 70.
I think I have $20 buried in my backpack.
Personal grooming appointments like haircuts. Do you use cash for that?
No.
What about tipping when you get your haircut?
This is a controversial line.
Stance?
Within your little, because you used to be able to Venmo your stylist if you had one.
Right.
And they'd be happy with that, but now they got to pay taxes on it. So you do have to, I do walk to the ATM.
They prefer
inside of the place I get my haircut.
Yeah.
And I pull out cash for that.
I give myself $20 every time I shave my head. Minor emergencies like keeping cash around the home to cover unexpected expenses. Do you have any cash at the house?
No.
Okay. I think we do somewhere. Carrie won't tell me where, though, because I would turn that into albums. Public transportation like bus or train fare?
No.
Because you don't do the bus.
No, and I think they take the little, you got a little card. For the Metro in D.C., you got
That's true, the fare card. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Welcome to this century, public transportation. Groceries. Do you ever spend cash on groceries?
No, my wife takes care of that.
And I don't do that either. Sometimes I get cash from the grocery,
Yeah, there's no cash. I don't even do the little cash back because that just seems weird.
Entertainment? Like strip clubs?
No.
That would be mostly singles.
I think at this time they just have the little QR code on their their G-strings.
Oh.
Do they really?
I don't know. I haven't been forever.
Yeah, you get arrested trying to pay for
10
that.
10 years.
Gas?
No.
Never gas, right?
No.
Yeah. And clothing. I can't see using cash for clothing. It gets too expensive too fast. You have to carry a thick bankroll to do that.
No, but I don't think it's always expensive, right? There's a lot of cash to walk around.
Yeah.
No.
That's what Pony does. Big, thick bankroll in his pocket. He's got a rubber band on it.
Waits for me to get fat, and I give him all my clothes.
Looks like Tony Soprano.
So true. I literally saw Pony in a warm-up jacket from Lululemon the other day, and I'm like, that's a really nice. Wait a second.
I love that jacket.
Yeah,
too.
that was mine when I was skinny.
Yep. Everyone tells me I look great in it.
You look great in it. I was like, that guy looks like a sophisticated man in that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he's just coming into work bringing you sandwiches.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got
beautiful, brand new. I got fat. I lost it.
Nikki is coming up next. Stick around, folks. It is the Mike O'Mara Show. Oscar, more gravy? Don't mind if I do.
Hey, kids, where do you want to go for dinner?
Amato! Now Jim Amato is going to sell a veggie burger.
Amato burgers.
I love beef, but I'll take this.
You'll not believe the incredible Mike O'Mara burger.
This Amato veggie burger is fantastic.
Oh, God, these are good.
Welcome to Amato's, Pittsburgh's favorite burger.
It says 100% guaranteed, you moron.
At Amato's, we pack our burgers with top quality cuts of beef and prepare everything with tender love and care.
Did they teach you that here, Brad?
If you're hungry for laughs, why not try the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show? Supersize the fun with a yearly subscription at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Yeah, don't just stare at it, eat it.
It's a horrible thing to say.
Look at this man.
Oh, but we're not to him yet.
Pony.
I need to tell you something.
Timing's everything. Jesus.
They don't see him yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's posing for us, which is nice.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Good-looking man.
It's the busy time of year, and the last thing you need is having to run out at the last minute to some overpriced drugstore because you ran out of razors. You don't want to do that. Yeah. What's the solution? Harry's. They deliver right to your door, so you never need to worry. I am a Harry's guy for life. I have a lot of square footage I need to shave, and Harry's is the absolute best. We all are Harry's guys. Amazing price point, blades that never seem to get dull, and the best shaving cream and body wash on the planet. And right now, you can get your Harry's starter set for just $3. Plus, you'll get a free travel-sized body wash. The set includes a 5-blade razor, just the best you can find, weighted handle, foaming shave gel, and a travel cover. It's a $16 value for just $3. So visit harrys.com/TMOS. Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction rating in the shaving industry, and even then, they're still offering a no-risk trial. So if you don't like your shave, no worries, it's on them. So no matter how busy things get, you can stay fresh with Harry's. Get your Harry's starter set today, and you'll also get a free travel-sized body wash. Just go to harrys.com/TMOS. That's harrys.com/TMOS. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he is here. He is going to tell us what we need to know because he knows all the answers. He used to call us from Pahrump. Now he's on the run. So we don't know where he's
at. Seeing the world.
Okay, I'm sorry. He's on tour. He is on tour. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Nicky Diamond.
Hey, Nicky Diamond. Let me ask you this. What town has the best hotel rooms?
Best hotel rooms. I'm a big fan of convention cities like Indianapolis. Oh, you know what? Actually, no. New Orleans, Louisiana. Incredible hotel rooms.
It'd be so nice if you could take your tour around there sometime in April.
It's amazing when you announce a show in April. It's 6-7 months from now, and you go online and you see people saying they can't make it. Starting now. I mean, you either want to go or you don't. But really, 7 months is not enough notice. That's a you problem. It's not a their problem. So maybe get your life together, people that might be on a certain fan club that are posting about how they can't do this or that. How about this? How about there's a live show? It's in 2072. Can we do that? Not enough notice to clear your schedules. You're so busy, you people. Anyway, I'm in Quebec, Canada. Obviously, I'm nowhere near any of this. I'm clearly we're not in America. Hello, Justin Trudeau. That rhymes.
This is an international call.
He sees the St. Lawrence River from his hotel room.
Yes, big fan of the St. Lawrence River. Lawrence of Arabia filmed right there. There you go. Harry, excuse me, Harry Styles. That should be you should get involved with that.
That would be a great tie-in. Yeah, use your new Harry
collab.
Styles. Yeah, a good.
Yes.
So what's going on in the world of the NFL though? Because they don't have NFL in Quebec.
No,
CFL.
They do not. They do not. But hey, what's going on is that the Buffalo Bills are playing the Baltimore Ravens, and for some reason, this is a 1 p.m. game. It's not a national televised game. I guess they'd rather show the Patriots and the Packers instead of Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. Well, what are they doing? This is the game of the week. It's at 1 p.m. on a Sunday. Do they not know how to do the schedule? And this is the battle. It's the battle. It's Cerrito versus Santana. Yes. 2 small business owners.
Yes.
2, the heartbeat of America. Restaurants versus whatever the hell you do. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure it's important. He feeds stomachs, you feed minds, Santana. Yes.
Do you feel like this is a contest, or like which way should we go?
Well, I feel like you two should have a wager. Perhaps, obviously, if the Ravens win, Jimmy could produce a meal for you for Jimmy's
delivers.
rock and roll
wings,
Wings, yes. And then, obviously, I guess if the Bills win, I don't know what you would offer him. His own show, Cerrito Talk, coming to the podcast world.
No, we'll
Cerrito Cast.
We'll call it. It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
The new Cerrito Cast. It'll be okay. All right, so we've got that, Becco. You got to reach out to Jimmy.
I like
that.
Happen. That's a great wager. I'll let him know as soon as we're done with this segment.
Well, so I'll text him as well. We're very close. Anyway,
that's odd.
So I missed. How is Mike doing? Is he fine? He hasn't blown away.
He's alive.
He's alive, and his house appears to have sustained minimal damage.
We'll find out.
We will find out.
What I've noticed, fellas, I've never ever heard of the casino taking on any damage in a hurricane. I mean, think about it. You ever see footage of a casino being harmed?
It's that in Disney World. You just don't see any damage anytime.
So I guess
I expected to turn on the TV and see Epcot rolling away.
Well, I'm guessing if there's 2 places Mike could be, it's not Epcot. It's on the slots, if you will. No 777s at Epcot. Yes.
Do you? I'm sorry that we're derailing here. I know you have your picks, but briefly,
I didn't prepare it.
What's your take on the Jumbotron gate that's going on in Tampa?
In Tampa, what is the Jumbo?
Well, this, no, I get that, but Aaron Rodgers alludes to have seen something on the Jumbotron that helped him, essentially message along what the next play was going to be for the 2-point conversion, which then inevitably won the game for the Packers. And there's a lot of people alluding that he saw a play or he saw what was coming up or the formation. I didn't know what your take was.
My take is that Aaron Rodgers will now go on the Joe Rogan show and tell us exactly what he feels. 100 million people will listen, and Pat McAfee will go on his show, and Pat McAfee will be showing off his arms. He will not have any sleeves.
True.
I believe that Tom Brady is 47 years old, and the fact that they've scored 1 touchdown in 3 straight games means I think we can say it out loud. The man should retire. He doesn't have it anymore. I know he doesn't have receivers. Maybe he's got the help of the Jumbotron, but the man is ancient, okay?
Yes.
He shouldn't be playing football.
Okay.
Are you laying any odds on the marriage surviving? The Brady-Bunchen marriage?
One thing we do know, professional athletes are very good at commitment. Yes, so I'm sure. Men rarely cheat, especially men with constant opportunities that are rich and are always traveling. So I'm sure nothing bad happens whatsoever.
Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know.
And I know she's a beautiful woman, but let's be honest, guys, we can get bored quickly. We are small minded. It doesn't matter how pretty.
Yeah, we are broken.
As a sex.
We are definitely broken, yes. Am I right, Pony?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you for bringing him into this.
Hey, if anybody knows about dating a supermodel and the life on the road and
all right,
constantly getting wind thrown, it's Tony.
Let me get your take on Miami and Tua and the concussion protocol, if it actually was followed in their win against the Bills.
Well, they claim that he just had a back problem, which I'm not a doctor, but when your knees are wobbling and you're shaking and you don't know what day it is and they hold up 3 and you say 4, it's probably not a back, but Tua will play tonight against Cincinnati. But the Dolphins, they played 40 minutes they were on defense the other day, 90-degree heat. They're tired. Cincinnati, they're wearing the all whites. Have you seen these uniforms?
Yes.
They're gorgeous.
Yes.
They're super sexy.
Yeah.
And I say Cincinnati, they win big tonight. Miami, 3-0. It's overrated. They should be 1-2. They're 3-0. The luck runs out tonight in Cincinnati. They get back to 500. Bengals cover the spread. All white, looking sharp.
All white stains easily. Grass stains.
Exactly. So don't get knocked down.
Stain easily. Yes. But I don't know if you know this, but they have somebody that does the laundry for them. So yeah.
Wow, they got everything.
Yes. Oscar calls that a woman, but for the rest of us, it's somebody that's tired. So I know you're very old school.
I'm a traditional man.
Yes. Men and women can both do the laundry.
Very true.
That's so true.
Not in my house.
And not even just because they're getting paid to. Not even just because
they felt they should.
They
yes.
do a lot.
Yeah.
Just because they work all day doesn't mean they can't do laundry. I'm just saying, maybe you could do a little more. Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nick.
You're very welcome.
Shannon's a big fan.
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
I know.
Yes.
I know she loves his
Yeah,
outlook.
she said, well, I tried to do laundry once. It didn't work out.
How does it not work out?
Classic guy excuse. I tried to clean the bathroom, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah.
Never mind, you win.
Yep, I tried that. Trust me, they know that we're just lazy and dumb. They know that we can figure it out if we want to. So. The man's got a BA in business, but he can't, use a plunger. Okay, that makes sense.
So do you have the Carla for us this week?
Ah, yes, the fantasy of the week. The true fantasy is that they escape Hurricane Ian. They have no chance.
Here.
No, Ian's got no shot. You got nothing on the O'Maras, okay? Yes, the Carla Derm Glow Skin Glow Gang. Yes, this guy today will hurt your chances. Bermuda boy Stephon Diggs, wide receiver, Buffalo. Yeah. He's going to score so many touchdowns. It's going to be the sound of my favorite celloist. Glow, glow, ma. Yes. Stephon Diggs, 2 touchdowns, 100 yards. Ravens, no secondary. He's your Carla, your fantasy player of the week. Stay dry. I'm up here in Canada. Oh, it's cold out here. It's snowing already. I'm so far away. Goodbye. We'll see you next week.
Bye,
Do some laundry.
Bye.
I like how organic and natural that was.
It was free association, Nikki.
Yeah, and look, those picks, I stand by them.
Yeah.
They're correct. His life advice was priceless.
I think what you need to do is place a bet and call Jimmy. I think he will honor that bet if you offer it.
Oh, I just...
You could get some wings, some wangs.
Bills are good.
They are very good.
They're great.
Very good. Mass Yellow will tell you that.
Yeah. They're tired. I don't know how many IVs you can get in somebody coming off the Miami game.
Well, stick around, folks. We're coming back with the world's shortest visit to Soundtown after this. Oh, yeah.
Robert Wood.
No, not quite.
I'm Robert Wood. I've got an amazingly large mouth.
Large mouth aside, that's still not quite it.
That poor man.
He's
He's
wonderful. I love the man. I'm making fun because I love. I kid because I love.
And I love you guys too, but let's face it, there's only one Robert Wood.
Oh, dear.
And there's only one TMOS bonus show. Subscribe today. You'll be glad you did.
We'll do a bonus show tomorrow. Mike will be on the bonus show tomorrow, so make sure you check it out. You know me. We all love our Rothy's. I love my Rothy's. Oscar loves his Rothy's.
Yes.
We all have them. We all love them. They're the best shoes in our closets, and you're going to love them too because they are insanely comfortable. Rothy's feel broken in from day one. Say goodbye to the break-in period you usually have to go through with other shoes. This soft, flexible material and wildly comfortable insole makes them one of the most wearable shoes right out of the box. And if you hate dirty sneakers, relax. Rothy's are machine washable because they're knit with 100% recycled materials. Even the sneaker laces are made from recycled plastic water bottles. It's no wonder Rothy's best-selling men's shoes get a 5-star review from almost every customer. And to top it all off, the Driving Loafer was named one of Time Magazine's 100 Best Inventions of 2021 in the style category, calling it, quote, an ideal shoe for the late pandemic era. So this season, find out why people fall hard for Rothy's. With new shoes, bags, and more for everybody, you can snag something for yourself or someone you love. For a limited time, get $20 off your first purchase at rothys.com/TMOS. That's $20 off at ROTHYS.com/TMOS.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
Nikki was shot out of a cannon. It was almost like the Canadian Air was good for him. Something like that. A lot of poutine. Okay, so Aaron Judge did it last night.
Yes. Oh my God. I want to apologize to Team West Nation. You had it right. I had it wrong.
That's okay. And you know what? I actually did some funny stuff that it occurred to me. He hit 61 home runs 61 years after Maris hit 61 home runs in 1961. That's crazy.
Some poor guy in Toronto missed a $2 million ball.
He dropped it, right?
It bounced off his glove.
Yeah. Anyway, let's hear
sad.
Let's hear this. This is a pretty remarkable moment.
Great for baseball.
Yeah, it is. It is very much. And this is Aaron Judge.
And the payoff. There goes it. He left it as high. It is far. It is gone. Number 61. He ties Roger Maris for the American League single-season record with 61 home runs. It's a 2-run Judgian blast. Here comes the Judge.
It's an incredible honor. I'm getting a chance to be associated with one of baseball's greats, be enshrined with him forever. Words can't describe it. I can't even describe it. It's an incredible honor, that's for sure.
Good for him. I love it.
I love it.
It is great for baseball, and it's fun that he got some.
Yeah.
I'm sorry they didn't have more coverage of it throughout the year. You know.
Well, when you see just when you have a moment, for those of you out there, you'll see the clip of the guy missing the ball.
Right.
It's like the pain is palpable, and the way that he's like replaying it back in his mind as he's in the stands.
Yeah.
Just understanding what just happened.
He's a goof.
Great moment for baseball.
Yeah.
Terrible for that.
For him. And also was very nice. He had a moment with Roger Maris Jr., which
sweet.
like a conversation between the two of them. And I thought that was nice that the family has embraced it. I think that's so cool. My father was 11 years old that year that Maris was chasing it. And was at games.
You just started dating your mom at that time.
No, I don't think it was. It was much earlier than that. But he actually got to see Maris and Mantle play at Yankee Stadium as a kid, and so Maris waved at him once, which is pretty cool. Drew Barrymore has done something that I don't know that I can condone. Do you remember when we talked? I think it was a bonus show a couple weeks ago that Papa John's was just selling pizza toppings in a bowl.
Yeah.
Well, now Drew Barrymore went on TikTok, internet.
Bitcoin.
And she's doing what she calls a pizza salad, where she just scrapes the top of her pizza off onto a salad.
If you're having a day where you're trying to not eat the bread.
And also, I will say this, when you listen to her, it sounds like she's got her mouth full of 5 pieces of pizza when she talks. That's all.
If you're having a day where you're trying to not eat the bread, I'm sure people are going to be like, how dare you do this to a pizza? I get it. I feel really guilty about it myself.
Just take the toppings off?
Yeah, she scrapes it onto a salad.
I just take the top of the pizza and a little salad, which has basically all the same toppings as the pizza. And then I make a pizza salad.
That's a decent hack.
I suppose.
Pizza salad. And then I just kind of mix up. And then it's actually really crunchy and delicious.
It looks horrible.
But you're like, you have to eat healthier now. This is something you could do.
I could, but I mean, if I'm going to have like all of that stuff, give me the thin crust, something. I mean, pizza comes in a perfectly delivered unit.
That's okay,
crust. I mean, when crust is good, it's great.
Your logic is flawed. It dealt you the diabetes diagnosis. And
yes, but I was so happy for 50 years and 5 days.
Maybe take a
51 years and 5 days.
Take a play out of her playbook.
Maybe. And by the way, she doesn't sound like she has a mouthful of pizza, and I know this from experience now. She sounds like she's talking with Crest whitening strips on her teeth.
Fair enough.
Carrie asked me something this morning, and I said, well, that's not the way it is at all. She said, what is the matter with you?
Look, my wife wears a retainer. I know that voice.
And let's close with this. Prince George, the son of the new grandson.
Yes.
Yeah. He's flexing a little bit at school now.
That little boy?
That little boy is, he's hot on the trail to be king someday. Mm. And this is how, he's flexing.
Britain's Prince George reportedly told his classmates, quote, "My dad will be king, so you better watch out." Which you have to admit is a crushing comeback for a 9-year-old. Tag, you're it. If by it you mean the once and future king.
I love it.
I do. That's so innocent, but so real.
Oh, I know.
That is.
My daddy's going to be king.
Yeah, that's like the end all be all.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Yeah, when I was that age, I was saying, my dad's a technical writer. He's between jobs right now.
My dad's gone.
My dad is elsewhere.
But my mom will call your mom.
Come on over. We're going to have some pizza salad as soon as I get my teeth white. That's it, folks. Thanks for joining us for another perfect episode of TMOS. Thank you, Mike, for coming up and bearing your soul like that. That was an amazing segment. And we have, if you are listening still, look in the show description. And if you're not listening still, you're not hearing this. But look in the show description and you can help the people of Florida. So please do that if you can. Don't forget, you can always reach us. Messages and talking head requests can be sent to Rob with 2 B's at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Our mailing address is 1900 M Street Northwest, Suite 400, Washington, D.C., 20036. And don't forget to spend some time at MikeO'MaraShow.com, TikTok, Internet.
Bitcoin.
Thank you for listening, and join us again next time for the best part of your day, The Mike O'Mara Show. For Mike O'Mara and Oscar Santana, this is Rob Spiewak saying, so long, everybody.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.